Hi, all. Well, we're in the home stretch. I got to be honest with you. This last week was tough. It's in the weed stuff, but you got to know it. The next 2 weeks are going to be fun. Let's see. Shout out to Paul. Paul, I'm going to see you on Wednesday. I'm going to be speaking in the Seattle lenders meeting, so hope to meet you there. A bunch of other shout outs. I'm really impressed by the class keeping up, and I love all the questions. And I know this is tough. I respect your time. I know you're professionals. I know you have a real day job, and you're doing this. I know your bank's subsidizing it, but you're doing this to enhance your career and to become better lenders. And I know it's hokey, but it's good for Main Street. Make people achieve the American dream, and that's what you do. That's what your job is. Alexander, Alexandra, Amy, Andrea, Anita, Ashley. We have a lot of A's. Bill, Brent, Brian, Chris, Corey, David, Debbie, Dennis, Devin, Flora, Heather, Paul, Sarah, Tiffany, and honorable mentions. Amanda's there, Ben's there, Lucas, Thomas. Anyway, and I think, don't we have a new attendee this week that's coming in really late? Anyway, welcome. Again, it's online. We have a live version, but all this can be accessed online. Let's go to the poll questions. Everything you know about grades up to date. What would you do? Yeah, I'll most likely do it. I may have some tweaks, but I'm not going to touch it. Just curious what the class thinks. Week 9 is fun. Week 9 or 10 are the best weeks of the course. We're going to go through grades. I'm going to tear it apart. I'm going to give you the option, instead of taking the final exam, is to do a credit memo for either Grays or Franklin Brothers, or as I had a couple of people do last time, do both. And it's not. Use your own bank format. I'm just looking for you to address the issues. We're going to tear apart Grays. We're going to talk about the key takeaways in Grays. We're going to do it SBA Express, so we're going to go through that. And we're going to understand what the difference in the credit memo is for Express versus full-blown Franklin Brothers. And equity injection. The wage structure is 20%. That's what you have to wrestle with. Poll question 2. Would you... I telegraphed my own thing. Would you require some type of seller carryback? And I should have expanded this. Not only seller carryback / higher equity injection. Are you comfortable with SBA Express? You can also do a traditional 7A with 20% equity. Yeah, good. I agree with that. I agree with that. And what's the right answer? 30%, 50%? There's no right answer. It's what you feel is appropriate to A, mitigate the risk to the bank, but B, structure it so that Main Street John, entrepreneur, has the ability to succeed. You have to balance those two things. You want a good earning asset for the bank, but you also want the loan to be paid, which means we want John to succeed. Question 3. No wrong answer. Just, are you going to do Express, or are you going to do it to get a little bit higher guarantee? Just curious what your thinking is. Interesting. No wrong answer. I am going to do it Express just to go through. I think you need to have an Express. I have no issue with the 75% guarantee. Apps, no issue at all. And the final question is just a throwback. What was that? Week 4 collateral. Make you think a little bit. We have some equipment on the books. It's worth $42,500. Are we going to give it a 50% value or an 80% value? And we have our friendly dry cleaning equipment auctioneer broker who gives us a letter, gives us a verbal. Remember, we don't need a full-blown business valuation. We can accept a letter. We can even accept a verbal. I haven't put it in writing. 50% of book value is a correct answer. And actually, you can go 80% of that liquidation value. Now, 50% liquidation value is fine. You can do that, but even the SBA will allow you to go 80. But document it. Say, hey, I think the broker's a little high. There's some costs in there. I'm only going to get 50% value or SOP. I'm valuing of what the broker says because SOP says 80%. Very good. Week 8, I'm not going to. It is what it is. There's a lot of reading. Put it on the shelf. When you have these issues, take it down, reread it, refresh your memory. Again, this is SBA credit underwriting, and these are the hot buttons for SBA, and that's what I've attempted to do. Equity injection, huge repair issues, huge guarantee denial issues. Franchise lending is affiliation. There are issues that you would not address in your normal credit underwriting. Business acquisition, SBA assumes there's fraught with fraud. Assignment of lease and landlord waivers, a key item on repair. Guarantee denials when we say we have it and we don't have it and we can't get access to the collateral. SBA has specific requirement on construction loans. So that's what this catch-all is. To make you these, all I really want the takeaway for week 8 is if you have one of these 5 things, go, SBA is different than conventional. Let me pull out the SOP. There are other reading assignments. You know what? Always welcome to drop me an email. Be happy to answer. Okay. Week 9. Oh, we have a question for Paul. It doesn't say anything in the SOP when valuing collateral about business vehicles or title vehicles. I see equipment, real estate, etc. What would I value these vehicles based on? 50% used, 75% new? The answer is yes. You can do either one. I wouldn't, if you're doing a 7-year loan, a 10-year loan, unless it's a trucking company and that's all your collateral and your rolling stock, I wouldn't do it. Number 1, it's a servicing nightmare. Number 2, you're opening yourself up for repairs if you don't have the collateral. And number three, think about it. We have a $150,000 loan and we have this truck that's worth $20,000. In the normal course of business, if the person said, hey, I want to release this and swap it out for a new truck, you're going to do that from a servicing action. But guess what? The new truck's going to have how much into it? 10%, 20% equity? There's no collateral value. I would, unless it's a trucking company, as a matter of course, I would exclude items that have short-term lives. If you're going to file a UCC statement and you're going to take all this computer equipment, this cool stuff from Franklin Brothers, which we have to do by definition, be careful of the value because a 3D print, let's go back to back in my day. Remember how much fax machines are? Some of you may not even know what a fax machine is. They were 25, 30 grand. Now you can go to Office Depot and buy one for $3 grand. You don't even need to do that. I use eFax. We don't even have a fax machine in this office. So be careful of collateral.
Follow-up from Paul.
Paul, follow-up. Go ahead.
Says it's a moving company. Wouldn't I have to take it?
It depends on what the other collateral is. This is the answer. It's material. What percentage of the collateral are those vehicles? I don't have a problem taking it as collateral, but you need to clearly understand that it's a servicing nightmare. I would probably, because in order to do it, you're going to have to file, it's not a blanket UCC, you have to file individual title liens. I would simply put in my credit memo, I'm not taking them because on an individual value basis, there's no collateral. It's a service, I would put it in there, it's a servicing nightmare. It's a 7-year loan. We understand they're going to be swapping trucks in and out. We are not looking for repayment from the loan from the sale of this collateral. Probably what I would do is if there was a residence, I would go I'm taking the lien on the personal residence in lieu of the collateral. Every case is different. Use your best judgment. Be prudent. Okay, and that's all the collateral there is. Yeah, you're probably going to have to go that way. But I would be, then maybe you can't go a 7-year loan. Maybe you go, there's some interesting things out there in terms of working capital lines, and sounds like that's a tough one, but just understand, as the underwriter, you need to be proactive in how to service those. How many trucks are there? How are we going to do it? How are we going to track them every month? How are we going to swap them in and out? That's why you get paid big bucks to solve difficult problems. Interesting case. Okay, we're gonna tear apart grays. As I said, we're gonna talk about SBA Express, and maybe the answer on that to Paul's question is we do this as Express, so we do a 50-50. The answer, Paul, is what would you do on a conventional basis? Would you monitor all those trucks? I think I probably would have to, but maybe we do it as Express. The only reason I say that is there's a different level of scrutiny. Remember, who are we writing these credit memos to? The Inspector General. And there's a different level of scrutiny for SBA Express loans than regular loans. You're under the $500,000 threshold, which they call a early default automatic review. But again, the reality is on that situation, Paul, is if you have an early default, the trucks are gone. And that's your problem. If you're dealing with an early default, on the collateral just disappears into the netherland. We're going to talk about grays. We're going to go through all the assumptions, and we're going to go through the credit memo. All the items that you need. It's fun. All the reading assignments is reread Gray's case. The PowerPoint has all this information. I'm not going to refer you back to the SOP. I've given you the verse, song and verse of the SOP. I'm not going to read it to you. You know my style by now. And homework, either do a credit memo on Grays or Franklin Brothers next week, and that satisfies the exam. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. You can take the exam. Again, this is for you. I'm not. This is for your professional growth. Okay. This just came in this morning. Joseph, how do they access it? Do they all have it now?
It's in the handout section.
It's in the handout section. Click on it, download it, Google it. This came out today on the 159. They're making it mandatory through SBA 1. So you're on top of it. This is cutting edge stuff. So they just remind you of why you need the 159, which, by the way, will be the lead-off session for week 10. Logistically, week 9 will be up by Monday. Week 10, the plan is to have it up by Wednesday, so you have plenty of time to take this. We will post the final a week from Monday of week 10. We'll have office hours next Friday. Then the following Friday, we'll wrap it up. So, with that, any other questions, gentlemen? Hey, thank you all for joining us. Enjoy your weekend. Paul, look forward to meeting you. I love the case study. Give me more stumps. Talk to you next Friday. Have a nice weekend.